Hey everyone, welcome to 7 Minutes with Dan. Today we have a recurring guest. It's Steven.
It's me. I'm Steven. Am I on? So which side are you on?
I don't know. I still can't figure it out. This is
very difficult. I think you'd be here if I'm on the right. So this would be on my left. So that's Dan. Maybe.
Hey.
I don't know.
We're pointing the same way. Today we're going to be answering your. Well, I guess Steven's going to be answering your ridiculous Twitter questions.
So excited.
If you were a pie, what flavor would you be? That's.
And so it begins.
But you don't like pie, right?
Historically, I have not enjoyed pie, although that is changing. I am starting to actually like pie.
Really?
I've had some pies recently, and I've been like, this is okay. But the only pie I feel like I legitimately, truly enjoy is like chocolate pie.
Oh, okay.
So I would want to be enjoyed by the people. So I would be chocolate pie.
Appealing to all the masses, or whatever.
Please eat me. Don't dwell on that question. What's the next one?
What are your guys' most hated game? I feel like
hated game?
I feel like I don't really hate any games.
I mean, they didn't make a Lady in the Water game, so I guess that rules that out. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if I have a hated game. There's games that are not great.
There are games that I avoid, like sports games. Like I don't hate them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever. Oh no, wait. I've only ever played like Madden once. That doesn't mean it's a hated game. That's an example of a game that I've only ever played like one time, and it was in 2000 or something for the original PlayStation, and that's it. That's the only time I ever remember. Get out! Jesus! Here, get out of here! You can't. We're trying to record a show, Kepler. Sorry about that, Dan. All right, next question.
It's okay.
Kepler tried to get onto my lap, and there's a mic in front of me. He doesn't understand how things work.
Which is more inaccurate, First 20 or 7 Minutes with Dan?
Inaccurate?
Well, I guess in terms of like name with content. Or
yeah, I guess First 20 is going to bite the bullet on that one. 7 Minutes with Dan is at least about 7 minutes. First 20 is... Okay, first, let me clarify something, because some people not understood. First 20 is at least the first 20 minutes, but we don't call it at least the first 20 because that's a terrible name. First 20, which means the first 20 minutes at least.
At least.
Sometimes it's first 60, sometimes it's first 120. There are multiple things that we do. Yes, it's not completely accurate. But you know what's fun?
What's fun?
Take a drink every time a first 20 video comes out, and there's a comment that's like, first 20, more like first 50, because you will get drunk very fast. Very, very fast.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, wouldn't people want things to be longer? I mean, so they have more things to watch?
We try to do our best to keep it about 20 minutes, but sometimes you can't. I mean, especially sometimes it's really interesting and you want to show more, or if it's like a role-playing game, you can't show off the beginning of an RPG in 20 minutes. Like, you just can't.
Yeah, because most intros are like pretty long as far as game.
Yeah, people have wanted us to
like cutscenes or whatever.
People have wanted us to do a first 20 of Kingdom Hearts and the Persona series. Yeah. And like, how would we do a first 20 of either of those? Like it would take like 2 hours before we ever got to anything like meaningful. So I don't know how soon we'll be covering those on first 20.
Did you? I'm pretty sure you must have seen this one. Haley asked, "Who is your favorite friend and why is it me?"
I think Haley has asked that on every Q&A for the last like 6 to 12 months.
But I don't think anybody has answered it. All right, next question. Glenn asked, this isn't weird, but whatever. What movie has most affected you?
What movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. In terms of like good movie, I usually regard Shawshank Redemption as like the best movie. I really, really like it. But the one that's affected me most has probably been When Nature Calls, which is also my favorite film.
Yeah.
Just because I grew up on that film and I made like the same jokes. I think I derived a lot of my early sense of comedy from Jim Carrey and from that film. And I think I still have a lot of those notions today. So I probably owe a lot to that film in terms of me being a person.
Well, what's crazy, somebody actually asked, what is the best thing that happened in 1962 other than Taco Bell? I actually did some research. This is nuts. I think it was in January 1962 was when Jim Carrey was born. So like
there you go. There you go. If you were to have asked me that question though, like what other great things happened in 1962, I would have just
I don't know.
I don't know. Which is probably bad because there's probably some sort of like major like national or international news that's really important and like I probably even now like I can't think of it and someone's gonna be like, dude, that was this big thing, and be like, oh no.
Like, oh no, who cares? Taco Bell, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know if I want you to answer this question.
That's a good sign. Always a good sign.
Okay. If you had a child and had to choose to lose a half of them, which half would you keep? So this would be either like top half or bottom half or left side or right side.
Okay. Well, first off, I don't think you can live just left or right side. They're either really some
creative,
pretty vital stuff if you cut straight down the center. So I think you gotta do a little horizontal swipe there. Once again, you can't live without the top half. Really, this isn't even a multiple choice question. The only way you could even possibly do this is if you were just a torso. That's the only way. You cut down if you do a vertical slice, you can't live.
But man,
if you keep the bottom half, you can't live either. So this is not a multiple choice question.
Well, if you cut down the middle, you would either be like really creative or really like logical, right? Or
I mean, you're missing some vital organs.
But the heart's like in the middle, right? So
I'm glad that you thought immediately to the head. You're like, yeah, you'd have half of your brain. You'd be really good at math, but you'd suck at everything else. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're probably, missing most of your endocrine system, but yeah, whatever, it's fine. I'm sure that they can like squish it all into one side. Whatever. I say endocrine. I think I meant gastrointestinal. Endocrine is like the white blood or night. What is that? Lymph node? I don't know. God, I haven't. Health class was like 9th grade. I don't remember that stuff. I'm just using words.
All right. Well, that's been 7 Minutes with Dan. Thanks, Steven, for doing this.
Someone tell me what endocrine is, because I know that's a thing. We'll have to look it up. And I think endocrine is like the lymph node system.
I don't even know what that is. I was raised in Florida, so...
I went to school in South Carolina. I think we're...
Oh, okay.
Neither of us
we're probably at the same.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be 7 Minutes with Dan. Thank you so much, Steven, for being part of it.
No problem, Dan.
And follow him on the tweetsies and the YouTubes.
Yeah. At Steven_George for Twitter and maybe Instagram. I think probably Instagram, which I have. Lord.
Yeah.
Steven Vlogs, Steven Plays. Bam.
Boom. And next time we'll talk about Chinese food.
Yum.
Bye.